he's probably going to cuss out my asshole after this. But we're probably going to add another one. Listen, Sean, Between Me and You wasn't even supposed to be on the EP. Between Me and You was like last minute. Yeah. I came up with that song maybe 3 weeks before it dropped. And I was like, yo, we're doing it. I was going through some tracks. I was feeling a vibe. I was in the motion. Because for me, the rhythm come before the lyrics most times. So I'll hear a beat and I'll allow the beat to lead me. And heard the beat and I was just like, yo, yeah. And then I started to tailor the song around that concept of everything is so loud right now, especially on the internet. Everything is so loud. Everything is just, I need to show off. I need to let everybody know. And what I have learned in my own experience is that brings out all the negative energy. It should bring positive energy because you're showcasing positive things, but it brings out all the gremlins, it brings out all the demons, it brings out all the leeches, anything bad, it bring out, and people start to project. And so I'm like, under the guise of me, I'm just like, okay, this is how I want to tailor it. I want this song to be designated for people who they don't necessarily want to keep their relationship a secret, but they want to keep it private. But then, of course, you know, you have to throw in like a something like for nice it up and whatever. So I linked my girl Koi, and big ups to Koi Boy. She's an R&B artist, beautiful voice, amazing writer. And we co-wrote this together. We wrote the song together, and she came up with that second verse, and she came up with parts of the first verse. And what I did, I just kind of mixed it up a little bit, and it was just incredible. It was just incredible.
It is. And tell me about the making of the music video, because I feel like, you know, you're confident, you look sexy in this cat woman type out. I'm like, what? I was like, this is fire. And, you know, it's getting into a little bit of, you know, freakiness in the
but
scene.
Not too much, right?
And I'm like, okay, this is an interesting creative choice and a beautiful creative choice, because you really show, like, you know yourself, you're confident, you have this, you exude this sort of aura of sexiness. And so tell me how it was for you making the music video behind the scenes. Were you nervous?
I'm always nervous. I mean, my confidence now kind of shifts it, like it will overpower it now, but I'm always nervous no matter what. But I have to shout out Bling Blang, who is like so close and dear to me. She's like a sister to me, honestly. She's incredible. I've worked with her before. And, you know, we always say we're kind of on parallel journeys, but working with her before, she's always been one to kind of push me and kind of get me out of my skin in a sense. And even before I was at this level of confidence, you know. So now, you know, when she came to me with the concept, I'm just like, yes. And then I'm the type of person too, Sean, whenever I trust somebody, like if I feel safe enough with you and I trust you, you could do whatever you want to do. And that's what I told her. Like, every time she'd call me, I'd be like, okay, this is the idea. Girl, do your thing. I trust you. Do your thing. Do your thing. Because I know that she's not going to lead me down a path that is detrimental to me. And even if she does do that unconsciously or without realizing, I'm at the level now, I'm at the space now in my growth where I can be like, no, not going to do that. But let's come to some sort of, you know, agreement, or let's come to some sort of compromise. But I'm at that space now where it's just like, yo, this is who I am. This is a part of who I am. I don't think we should, I've never thought that, but now that I'm here in this space where I can kind of align everything, I don't think that we should hide pieces of who we are, you know? And I feel like as women, we're always under this magnifying glass, like, oh, and I get this all the time. Oh, you're a mom. You're not supposed to dress like that. You're not supposed to talk like that. First of all, me becoming a mom doesn't stop me from being a woman.
Exactly.
Being a woman is how I got them kids. Oh,
so, exactly. I mean, it's such a good video for just intimacy, sexual desire, because at the end of the day, it seems like this is happening because there's a freaky side of the guy that he's not able to, you know, I guess, you know, show in his relationship. So it's like this thing where you have this connection, this chemistry with this man, and it's working in a way where you guys can just get as freaky as you want, be as sexual liberated as you want to be, and fulfill those desires.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I just think if we judge less, we'll be so much better off. Like, let people do what they want to do. Let them be who they want to be. If it doesn't sit well with you, and that's okay. But just, I feel like we need to stop projecting our insecurities on others, you know, but between me and you, for me, that's where it came from for me, because honestly, I'm in a space now where going into my next relationship, whenever that is, I would like that. I'd like to start that. I'd like to start off that way, or have it be that way. Like, we don't have to be a secret, but we definitely keeping it private, because, yo, trust me, like, being out there and people knowing, you know, just people don't want to see people happy. Like, people on the internet, I should say. People on the internet don't want to see people happy. They don't like it. They don't like it when you're happy. They don't support that. You know, so for me, I'm kind of just in that space now where, you know, that's what I'd like for me. And, you know, I heard somebody say the other day, like, yo, it's the perfect sad girl song. And I'm like, I knew that was going to happen. I told Coy that, you know, when Coy wrote that line, when she said, every time that I'm alone with you, said your girl be checking off on you, I knew it in my head. I'm just like, this line is going to cause problems. But let's look at the entirety of the song.
Yeah, let's look at all of it.
Exactly. And not nitpick and pick out things that don't, you know, that just align with one thing. Like, overall, that's why I love this song, because it's like, this is the one thing for me, especially me being who I am. I would love for my relationship to be such a safe space where I could just turn off everything else. And when I come home, when I'm with him, I'm home. Because I'm a lover girl to my core. You know what I mean? And when I'm in love, I'm in love.
What does true love look like to you? And, you know, what do you desire now from an intimate relationship from a man?
Soft life. And I don't mean the Instagram version of soft life. I mean living, residing, going to bed in my feminine energy, waking up in my feminine energy, being allowed by everything, by life, by God, by everything, to be a woman, to be a nurturer, to be caring, to be loving, to cook for you, to take care of you, to elevate you mentally, emotionally, support you, and not feel like it's wasted. Because I've always been like that. Everything that I just listed out, I've always been like that. But I now want a soft place to land. I want to now feel like whenever I land, when I'm that and I land somewhere, that I'm caught and I'm caressed and I'm cuddled and I'm loved and I'm hugged, and I don't have to worry. Security. Like, men don't even understand how the one thing that a good woman wants from them is not even money. It's no, we want the money too. Don't listen to me. But the one thing that we desire more than anything else is security, safety. We want to feel safe enough to be as vulnerable as possible, to be stripped all the way down, and know that we are taken care of, know that we are provided for, know that we are protected, know that we are appreciated. Come, let me tell you something. Me spoiled body now. Like, I am.
Why do you think, I find like a lot of women or some people have this assumption that some women want the, you know, the rude boy, you know, the guy that's gonna keep you pulling and pushing your emotions and taking you on this sort of a journey, what they would consider like a toxic relationship. And that keeps women excited. But when they're with a good guy, you know, a guy that's kind of fulfilling other needs and as a provider and as, you know, a security, and maybe he's more boring or normal, why do some girls go to the other side instead of choosing the good guy?
I don't know. I can't speak for them, but I can tell you that based on experience, so I used to have this thing where I never felt like I was fought for. I never felt like I was defended. And I realized every time I go through something, Shan, I try and take it back to a trauma that I experienced. I go back to my inner child. I go back to a childhood memory, a trigger of where it comes from. And I realize it's something I have to heal within myself. Now, I understand. I completely understand wanting that toxic thing. But we don't, personally, I don't want it long term. Like, that's not something that, you know, I would want to go through everything. It's draining. It's tiring. It's stressful. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of girls stay in that position because they don't want to do that inner work. They're running from that. They're running from healing. And to be honest, a lot of the times too, I feel that people stay in their trauma because it's the only thing they know. And when you stay in what you know what you're getting. It's when you step outside of that, that's scary. Like, how am I gonna how am I gonna leave this relationship that I know is bad for me? But then me must leave this that I know this is bad for me. So I know what I'm getting. So how am I gonna leave this that I know to go out there and not know what I'm getting? You know, I think that for both men and women, I believe that's why we see so many, you know, and the one thing I say now is the minute that I'm unhappy, got a blast. We ain't doing that. This is not, I am not my grandmother. I'm not my great grandmother. I am not my mother. Yeah. Nope. And my mother takes no offense to that, by the way. If anybody thinks that this is my mother, she takes no offense to it. She loves that for me. Keep pushing. I am not any of them, and what I am going to do, what I have taken on, and that's why my journey has been hard, and I don't mind that it's been hard because I'm breaking curses, I'm breaking cycles. This cycle, anything that is bad, like staying with a man because for the kids, or staying with somebody that you know is bad for you just because you want to fight it out and work it out, and because you're embarrassed of what people might think, man, fuck them people. You are who's important. Your happiness. You have to wake up every single day and look yourself in the mirror and be okay with who you are and where you're going and where you want to be. True.
I want to talk a little bit more about the SEX, because I want to talk about women and desire and you know, like, just the chemistry that has to be there. Why do you think so many women have never had orgasms? This is like a fact. This is like, I think the percentage is ridiculous. Why do you think so many people have a hard time being vulnerable and letting go, and to the point that, you know, they can feel that thing?